Yo guys, happy Saturday. I have to make this on Thursday because I'm going to Kansas to visit my dad and his fiance and her family and stuff for the next week. I leave tomorrow morning, so I might have been able to make my video when I was there, but I don't know how weird that would have been. So I'm just making it now. And I'm sorry about the resolution. For some reason, well, not for some reason. The lighting is really low in here at night, especially with the dark walls, so it's like all fuzzy and stuff. And I'm sorry about that. So I'm back from Seattle, obviously, and I got my ears pierced. It's a new development. I've had them pierced before, but then they grew back. So I got them pierced again. I was gonna get just my cartilage. But then I was like, I don't know if I want to. And then I was like, maybe I should just get my lobes pierced. And then I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So I did. The topic this week I chose, and it is about like your transition into like your identity that you are now. And I have said this millions of times, but I don't know if you guys like when you start watching, if you go and catch up. I have just recently been into girls like starting last summer probably. And I don't really know if that's because I grew up in Salt Lake City, so like there just aren't gay people everywhere to like make me think about it. Or if I don't know. I don't know why. But last summer when I was in Guatemala, that was really the first time I started thinking about it. There was this girl there, and like I was there with her the entire time, but just this one night I was just like, I think I like you. And then I just like for me it wasn't like, oh, so I'm gay. It was just like I don't know, I didn't think about it like that. It wasn't like I was this category and now I'm this category, or like I'm in this box and now I'm in this box. Um, for some reason, I don't know why, but I don't know, it wasn't really like an identity crisis for me. It was just like, oh, I like this girl. Like I was kind of excited about it. I don't know, it was new. Um, but she left the next day and I haven't seen her since, and she doesn't have Facebook, so that was that. But at least it got me thinking, and I would always joke about like, oh, I'm gonna go to Seattle and become a lesbian, because that's what everyone does, because everyone's gay in Seattle, and it was always a joke. Um, but after I got back from Guatemala, I just was like, well, maybe that's actually true. Like, Seattle's a great place to explore if that's what I think is going on and whatever. So, even when I got up there, I didn't even like identify as even bi or anything. Like I hadn't really thought about it. It was just like I think I like girls, and like I knew I still liked guys. It was just like I liked girls too. So but then like people asked questions, and like since girls were new to me, like I was a lot more, I don't know, just aware of it. Like I would look at girls a lot more than look at boys, and it was just like a process. Like as my mind was wrapping its head around what was going on, I was just like trying to follow it along, and then people would ask me questions, and I think it was like through having to explain to people what was going on, that's how I got to like, okay, I'm pansexual, like, and then from there I like sort of looked back in my life and like traced where things came from, where things started, like where like something might have been feelings for a girl but I didn't perceive it that way and stuff like that. Um, and then like I started dating Chelsea, and then that like really cemented everything, especially in terms of like how to live in a gay relationship and like just all of that different stuff. But throughout the whole thing, I've been kind of amazed at how little difference there is. Like for me, the difference between dating my ex and dating Chelsea, it's just like it's not a girl or boy thing. It's like that was him and this is a new person. Like it's I don't know. It's weird. Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, what's it like to date a girl?" And I'm like, "Well, it's not any different. Like she's a person, he was a person, I'm a person. It's not like it's not like I don't know like I don't know how to explain to people that have these like things in their head about like this is what girls are like and this is what boys are like, because when you get to know girls and boys really closely, you find that there's not a difference the way that you think there is. At least that's what I've found. I don't know if that's the same for other people. um, but it's, I don't know, I guess it's, for me it was through like the dialogue with other people. That's how I got to like defining myself and pursuing like looking up stuff like this channel and looking up just, I don't know, like getting involved in the community and like really coming in to like the label, I guess I should say. And I don't think I really, I mean, I guess I cut my hair off and stuff. It's hard to say what part of that was affected by me being pansexual. I've always wanted to cut my hair. I don't know. It's hard to say what was the cause of like what stuff in my life, just because I have nothing to compare it to. Like I only live one life. But that was sort of my process. Looking back, I can definitely find places where I was like, oh yeah, like I kind of had a crush on her. Not with any of my friends, I was glad to find, but just like from when I was younger. So I don't know. I try not to ask too many questions about like why things happened and stuff like that. I just sort of take it as it comes, and I don't know. So I hope that is clear enough. I'm sure I'm going to stop this and then be like, oh crap, I didn't say that. But if you guys have like any questions or anything, or like, not about me, but about, I mean, you can ask me questions about me if you want to, but about like you, and like if you're wondering, well, I'm feeling this, but I don't know if that means I'm gay, like if you have any questions like that, you can ask any of us, I'm sure. Like just send us a message to our channel, or you can post on any of our videos or whatever. Because I know, like, for me it wasn't like a category thing, but I know for some people it is, especially people that live in a place that's a lot more like gay rich, where it's like around, and so you're like, oh, do I identify with these people or with these people? So if you guys have any questions about like yourselves or whatever, just go ahead and shoot it over. But I guess my philosophy is just like, don't think about it that way. Like things are gonna happen the way they're gonna happen, and whatever like feelings are inside of you will surface eventually if they're supposed to. So just let your body do what it's going to do. Like let yourself process things as you go, and don't try to push yourself along, because you'll probably end up pushing yourself somewhere that you're going to want to leave eventually. And it just leads to confusion and stuff. Okay, the question is the sex shop thing. Like what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in a sex shop, or like heard of if you haven't been into one? There are no sex shops in Utah, but in Seattle it's like a totally different story. And there's this one called Babeland right on one of the main roads in Seattle, and my girlfriend and I always go in there because it's just cool to see what they have. Like it's crazy. And I think like the weirdest stuff I've seen in there is just like stuff for like guys to put their dicks into, like just like mock vaginas. It's so like you put your fingers into one of these things, and it's like it's just crazy. Like I mean, awesome. I mean, I wouldn't, if I was a guy, like I don't think I would ever need to have sex with a real girl. Like these things, it's crazy. Like it's, I don't know, just that someone came up with that. Like props to them. It's really cool. My friend was telling me the other day that he's heard of porn stars casting their vaginas and then selling them as like toys for guys to use so that guys can like have sex with their favorite porn star. I'm sorry if this is too explicit, but like, wow, it's crazy. But I think the weirdest thing I've ever seen was in this, I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily call it a sex shop, I guess it kind of was, but it was geared for the audience of gay men, and there was this, I think it was a butt plug, and it was like 4 inches in diameter, and advertising that as if it was a good thing. I was confused. There was also this like double-headed penis that was about this big around, and like wider than I can even show you in this camera range. It was, oh man, it was so weird. It was so weird. Sometimes I just go in and I'm just like, I don't know who would use that, but I mean, I guess, like, I mean, do whatever you want. I'm not one to judge. But it was just, I don't know. I get a kick out of going into there and just seeing what people come up with. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, this is really long. I'm sorry, but I think like the transitioning thing, like I know that that's something that people struggle with probably the most because it's when you're new to everything and like you don't know what it means and like, oh, what is my future going to be like now? What of my dreams can't I achieve now because I don't like the opposite sex, or like now I'm just more confused or whatever. So I guess I just wanted to spend some time on it and just put it out there, like offer it up if you guys have any questions or whatever. Also, everyoneisgay.com is a great place to go if you're just like, I don't know, want to read into the gay world or just like see what questions people are asking related to the topic. I know I've mentioned that website before. I'll put the link down again. But yeah, ask us questions. You can ask them questions. And yeah, good luck to you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.